This is 2010 Honda Pilot 3.5 V6, and I'm gonna try to do the timing belt and water pump on this, as the water pump is leaking in the bottom there. So I'm guessing it's the water pump. So in order to confirm that, I gotta undo all these pulleys, these power steering pulleys, few other pulleys, and then I can get to the timing case cover that's here, undo those bolts, and then once I do those, I can get access to the timing belt. So I used a long ratchet with 19. And if you see there, that's your hydraulic tensioner right here on my finger. Once you pull down on that, it releases this belt, and you can take this belt off. Then I'm gonna take out the crank bolt here, another pulley up top there, and then once that's done, I gotta jack up the engine, support the engine, and take out the engine mount. Once I take out the engine mount, I get access to the timing case, the plastic cover. As you see, it's leaking coolant here, and it's coming from down here, so I'm guessing it's the water pump. So as you see, I took off the belt now. Now I'm gonna take out this power steering pump. There's two hoses, the high pressure and the feed line. Either I just leave it like that, or I take out all the fluid. I don't know what I want to do. There's two bolts for the power steering pump. One's probably underneath, and the other one's over here. So undo that, I'm just gonna let it hang somewhere over there. And then take out the engine mount. You see those two bolts for the engine mount. And I'm gonna move this AC line out of the way. There's this bracket here. Okay, let's see after that. Breakfast, dogs, and timing belt. Let's see how that goes.
Why they like me so? Bitch, you talk too much. I move in the snow. Tell me what's the rush? You don't know me well. I belong in hell. All the shit I did, I'm a trouble kid. You can't break my code. 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 Yeah, you can't break my code. 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 Old bitches getting knocked out, niggas catching clips like movies. Old bitch tryna pop off, little bitch, you can't fool me. Red rags look like hot sauce, baby, you should wanna come to me. Main bitch in my iPhone, cause these little thoughts in the nudies. Got them teens getting boxed up like a motherfucking pair of Subies. Give me head, bitch, duck, duck. She got purple hair like Uzi. Smuggle shit, tryna double shit. Put the boot bags in the coochie. Suck it, fuck, I ain't fall in love, baby. Don't start no rumors. Like me so, bitch, you talk too much. I move in the snow. Tell me what's the rush? You don't know me well. I belong in hell. All the shit I did, I'm a trouble kid. You can't break my code. 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 Yeah, you can't break my code. You can't break my code. You can't break my code. You can't break my code.
Okay, I undid the power steering pump. I undid the hose here. Undid these two brackets, so I got enough room. And I moved that power steering pump to the side there. And I used the same bolt that secures the power steering pump to lock this. It doesn't leak. Once that's done, I undid the serpentine belt tensioner. It's got one bolt here and one big bolt here in the center. Once that's done, and the engine mount, I just undid it from here. I supported the engine in the bottom. There's 3 bolts in the side that hold on to it over here. You can see that's loose. And there's two little top covers. There's 10 bolts over here and over there. So once you just take off those bolts, you can see the timing belt. You can see the water pump is right below that. I have to take off the crank pulley. And once I take off the crank pulley, I can take off the rest of the shield and I can get complete access to the water pump. So day 2 of trying to work on this 2010 Honda Pilot 3.5 V6. This thing's a piece of shit because considering how much shit I had to take off in order to get access to the timing belt. So I had to take off the 2 cam covers. So this is the bank 2 cam and that's the bank 1 cam. And I had to take off the 2 timing case covers for the cams. And this one is the lower timing case cover for the crank. And once all of them were off, in order to get those off, I had to take out the engine mount. So I had to take off the crank pulley first. That's bottom down there. And in order to take off this lower timing case cover, once this was off, the timing case cover was off. Once the timing case cover was off, that's when I could take off this engine mount, because I had to take off the case cover because I had to take out the engine mount. Well, Honda is trying to be Ford. So, and then once all of them were off, I have clear access to this. And as you can see, this over here is the water pump. So every time I turn the engine by hand, every time I put a bolt down there and turn the engine by hand, I get coolant leaking from the timing case, from the coolant water pump housing. So I'm pretty sure it's the water pump that's leaking, and in order to change the water pump I have to take off the timing belt. And if I'm doing the timing belt, if I'm taking it off, so might as well just replace it with a new one and replace the timing components. So that's that. And in order to take off this crank pulley that's down here, that's the bolt down there, in order to take off that bolt I had to use 3 different tools. I had to use a breaker bar, I had to use a special OEM tool for Honda that holds the crank pulley in place, and I had to use a 3x4 ratchet. A 3x4 ratchet is something you would use on a truck, like here. This is such a big ratchet that you would use on a truck. That's what I had to use in order to take off the crank bolt. And you see here, these are the new timing components. This is the new timing belt, that's the new serpentine belt, that's the timing belt tensioner. These are the pulleys, the 2 red pulleys. This is the tensioner, that's the new water pump, and that's the crankshaft seals. And so over here, in order to take off the belt, we have to time the engine first. If you see, there's a little protruding hole here, so you can put a 6 into 1 mm thread bolt, and if you thread a bolt down there, it puts tension on this, and this moves down lower, and that releases tension on the belt. And then you can take out the belt, and then you could take out the hydraulic tensioner, because if you take out the hydraulic tensioner before you do this, because it's made out of aluminum, there is a chance that you strip the threads and you're gonna have other problems. So once you do all of that, you can take out the timing belt, change the new pulleys, put a new tensioner in there, put the new belt on, change the water pump main, and then basically the process is reverse. Put everything back together. So yeah, that's I gotta find a bolt that fits that thread there, and once I thread it down, and let's see, I'm gonna show you how to, again, I'm a bit off here. If you can see, this is not matching that. I turned it a bit too much, so I got to go another 360 degrees on the crank, and in order to match these up with that, and once these are matched, we can safely remove the belt. And if you don't do this before you take the belt off, you're fucked, because you'll probably need a new engine. and you don't want to do that. So yeah, let me turn the crank again, let me time the engine again, and let's get ready to take the belt off. Okay, so I'm gonna be setting the timing on the engine now. So in order to do that, I gotta rotate the engine clockwise, and you gotta only rotate it clockwise, because if you turn it the other way around, you're gonna be in problems again. So I'm gonna turn it clockwise so I can match it up. Previously I was a bit off, so yeah, so you see the mark there should line up with the mark on top there, and it's almost there. And if that's done, we could look on top here. So this is exactly what I was talking about. So you could match up the marks on the bottom on the crankshaft, but sometimes it wouldn't match up on the cams here, because you're on the compression stroke now. So you see that white marker is not here anymore. The white marker is in the bottom. That white marker should be matching up with this guy over here. Same with the bank one cam. So that means you're on the compression stroke, and we gotta, and you can see this every time I turn the engine, there's more coolant leaking. So I'm gonna turn the engine 360 degrees again. Are we lined up? Probably a bit more. Okay. Maybe. Let's see if our cams are lined up. And yes. So you can see the bank 2 cam is lined up with that and the mark. Same with the bank 1 cam. There and there. So that means the engine is timed now. And I probably have to do it a bit more, just because I feel like it's a bit off. Just turn it a bit more, but you know the idea. So you got to match the lines up. Once that's perfectly lined up, you're safe to remove the belt. Once the belt's off, like I said, the other stuff. So, and this is the bolt I was talking about. You could just put a bolt in. I got a little spacer that I could use, and I compressed it, and now the belt is off. As you can see, the belt is pretty loose now. Over here, it's ready to come off. And I undid this 10mm bolt here and this 10mm bolt here. That's like a little bracket, guide bracket. Once I take this off, you can see more coolant. Once the guide plate is off, I'm sure you could just take off the belt now. Again, just make sure you're timed. It looks fine. So, any tension is loose.
Tripping on bait for the legs, say something. Never tell a pack that packs to the gas for the week, yeah, yeah. Stack up packs to the gas for the week, yeah, yeah, yeah. Packs to the gas for the week, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I took out the old water pump, and this rubber seal here is dried and it's cracking, and hence why the water pump was leaking. So I put a new water pump in and I tightened the bolts. So now I just gotta clean up the bottom, put the belt back, and yeah, hope for the best. Okay, let's do that.
Bitch name Melissa, still I'm going no swish. Shots of rum in the bitch. I take the time, get me rich. Got the thoughts so intact. Dog from ground to decay. Made a bill from a stack of shit. Got a pill for the bag. Hit that bitch from the bay. Say you run with the bay. Miss my face with that shit. You say that you bring the fuck back. Say I'm always so cold. Told the story to know. In the facts that I say, I live in the north of the gold. And yeah, I'm so ashamed. Don't run, don't you run. Thinking that you and the shit from access to the gun. Burning in the light from the motherfucking sun. My ways to the stage, told you never fucking fun. No status, no practice, stay low, never shit shown. Taking stacks for the snow. I take your bitch and she know. Moving fast through the glass, never taking niggas talk, never walk. Then I come straight back.
So I just put the timing belt back on, and the new timing belt tensioner pulley. So I have to move the cams a little bit in order to get the belt snug and tight. You can see this is all tight now. It's all tight, and my cam marks line up. That's that. The mark lines up, and my crank, that mark lines up. So I'm just gonna install this on the hydraulic tensioner. This guy over here, and once you insert this guy and pull the pin, you should already timed, and you can spin the engine over by hand and go from there.
White meat on my plate though, white sheet to my pencil. Already done. Fuck you niggas, I'm already done. Already done. I'm already done. Fuck you niggas, I'm already done. Never shit fun.
So I put everything back and I turned the crank 2 times just to make sure. So again, my line over here matches with that there. That there. This matches that out. Technically we should be timed. I'm just gonna have to put back everything together, and yeah, I'll be changing water pump and timing belt on a 3.5 V6 Honda 2010.